good evening. It's our honor to present this year's AJC Sharon Greene Award for Campus Advocacy. AJC and Leaders for Tomorrow, or LIFT, has played a meaningful role in our family's life and in the lives of Jewish student leaders on campuses across the United States. The AJC community understands the importance of empowering young Jews to be Jewish, Zionist, and proud. Created in 2017 by the family of Sharon Greene, this award recognizes student leaders and organizations who effectively and courageously combat anti-Semitism, stand up for Israel, and promote Jewish life on campus. This year's award recipients are truly deserving of this honor.
Having just graduated from college, I've seen firsthand that being a student who publicly identifies as Jewish, and particularly as pro-Israel, is not always easy. I am grateful that LIFT prepared me to advocate for myself and the Jewish community on campus. I am proud to be the third generation of my family to be a part of AJC, following in my mom and my grandmother Carol Lowenthal's footsteps. As many of us here know, Jewish students are being intimidated and ostracized purely because of their Jewish identity, which is why I am particularly impressed and inspired by today's recipients.
Despite the challenges, so many Jewish student leaders are standing up and modeling the kind of compassion and dignity that's sorely needed in our society today. Through the Alexander Young Leadership Department, AJC continues to invest in these inspiring student leaders by developing meaningful opportunities to serve, such as the newly created AJC Campus Global Board, through which student leaders, help guide AJC's work on campus and act as ambassadors to effectuate change throughout campuses and the global community.
The first of this year's Sharon Greene Award recipients are Northwestern University students Lily Cohen and Ethan Less, and Northwestern University Hillel. Together, they represent the traits of the namesake of this award, a dedication to advocacy and strong Jewish values. They courageously pushed back against the egregious anti-Semitism Lily experienced at Northwestern in response to a powerful op-ed she wrote, and also enlisted the help and solidarity of their non-Jewish peers, creating a movement that will benefit the entire Northwestern community in the years to come. Thank you for modeling courageous leadership in the face of hatred.
Our second award recipients, the Jewish Students Association at UC Berkeley Law, are facing a daunting environment on campus. This year, over a dozen student clubs passed exclusionary bylaws that prohibit Zionist speakers from speaking to their clubs, effectively shutting out the vast majority of Jewish students who believe in Israel. The amazing strength of these leaders, Charlotte Aaron, Hannah Krutiansky, and Milton Zerman, to organize and represent the Jewish community in the face of these discriminatory efforts is a powerful reminder of the Jewish people's resiliency. Now, please direct your attention to the video screens. Thank you.
I'm Lily Cohen, and I'm a junior at Northwestern University. I'm a proud active member of Northwestern Hillel and spend most of my time in the building. The phrase "from the river to the sea" has a really troubling history to Jewish and Zionist students like me and a lot of other students because of its ties to Hamas and the way that it has been used to call for the destruction of the Jewish state and the Jewish people. In response to a lot of the problematic anti-Zionist and anti-Semitic language that I saw being put up around campus in the fall, I decided to write an op-ed, which really was at its core a love letter to my Jewish identity. And there was a part of the op-ed where I talked about how problematic I see the phrase "from the river to the sea" as a Jewish person, as someone who loves Israel as a part of my Jewish identity. So the immediate reaction to publishing my op-ed was, as I had expected, on Twitter. There were an array of tweets calling me a terrorist, a colonizer, a lot of other colorful names. But then about a week after I published my op-ed, a banner was put up in the center of campus on our main road, and the backdrop of the banner was 40 copies of my op-ed, and on top of it, someone or some people had painted "From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free" in red paint. And that felt like an attack because the background of that banner was my words, and with that, my identity that I had shared in that piece. The rock is really our symbol of free speech on campus, and it was definitely very disappointing to see the rock painted with a lot of these anti-Zionist phrases. Hillel has been a huge network of support, and I think it has also sort of energized the pro-Israel Jewish population on campus. Our biggest defense against anti-Semitism is just to be proudly Jewish, and don't be afraid to be authentically yourself.
I'm Charlotte Aaron, and I am a third-year law and public policy student at UC Berkeley, and I'm the president of the Jewish Student Association at Berkeley Law, and our primary mission is to enrich Jewish student life and make positive contributions to our campus. The bylaws do two primary things. The first is that the organizations who pass them commit to not invite speakers that have expressed and continue to hold views in support of Zionism or Israel. And the second is that the board members agree to participate in a Palestine 101 training held by law students for justice in Palestine and engage in the BDS movement. We, as an organization, don't take any position on the Israeli-Palestine conflict or really any political issue, and we don't require our members to. But when these bylaws came out, we realized that they were going to disproportionately impact Jewish students. And we've already seen the realities of that, which is that Jewish students are specifically being asked, oh, what is your position on Israel? And that in and of itself is discriminatory. I think there are two major takeaways from this. The first is the importance of having a strong Jewish community so that in the face of actions that can rattle a Jewish community, we have a place for those students to go and feel welcome and safe and warm and good about being Jewish. And the second is to model for the broader community what a pluralistic group can look like, where its members trust each other and everyone feels respected and heard, and we're able to engage in difficult conversations when we need to.
Now, it's my distinct honor to welcome our 2023 Sharon Greene Award winners to the stage.
And Ethan, thank you for being defenders of the Jewish community on Northwestern University's campus. Your work inspires us, and we look forward to seeing all the incredible things the two of you and your classmates will continue to do in the years ahead. Congratulations.
If you had asked me 6 months ago how I would define my college experience, I likely would have named my friends, my dance company, and unfortunately, COVID. I wouldn't have believed you if you had told me that anti-Israel students would begin painting anti-Semitic and anti-Israel slogans around campus on a weekly basis, that I would publish an op-ed in the school newspaper, a love letter to my Jewish and Zionist identity, or that the negative response would overflow from students' Twitter feeds to a public banner in the center of campus attacking my words and my Judaism. I certainly wouldn't have believed that I somehow feel stronger and prouder on the other side of this, and that's thanks in large part to all of you here at American Jewish Committee. AJC was one of the first organizations to reach out and offer me support, guidance, and a platform to publicly share my story on AJC's People of the Pod podcast. My community at Northwestern Hillel also came through for Jewish students in extraordinary ways in the aftermath of the public desecration of Jewish and Zionist beliefs, offering reflection spaces, snacks, and meals, and, most of all, strengthening our community. Our Hillel has always been a rock for Jewish students on campus, navigating BDS resolutions in our student government, anti-Semitic remarks made by professors, and hateful language on social media by our peers. During these trying moments, often what students are looking for is support. AJC Campus Affairs helped amplify what we were experiencing on our terms and allowed us to share our story. On behalf of Ethan and Northwestern Hillel, I am so grateful to accept this unbelievable honor. In college environments that don't always welcome and often attempt to actively push away our pride, it is because of the support of people like Bill and Sharon Greene and organizations like American Jewish Committee that Jewish students like us can continue being loudly and proudly Jewish on our campuses. Thank you.
Congratulations to you both. Charlotte, Hannah, and Milton, we extend our heartfelt appreciation to you for your unwavering commitment as defenders of Jews and Israel on Berkeley's campus. Your remarkable efforts serve as a source of inspiration for us all. Congratulations.
So first and foremost, thank you so much to the American Jewish Committee and to the Greene family for this generous award. We are honored to be recognized for our Jewish activism and the work that we did to build a robust and welcoming Jewish community on the Berkeley Law campus. We also want to thank the other 5 Jewish Student Association board members, Adam, Ellie, Jordan, Josh, and Noah. These individuals worked tirelessly with us last semester to cultivate our Jewish community. We laughed together over Shabbat dinners, decompressing with friends after tiring weeks of law school. We gathered for religious events, feeding our classmates Hamantashen for Purim and a kosher for Passover lunch during a lecture from an Egyptian Jewish refugee. Passion, effort, and love went into the planning of these events. Real work required to build and maintain community. We are grateful to be recognized by AJC for this work. But of course, the elephant in the room is that many Jewish students at Berkeley Law had a particularly tough year. At the start of the year, a number of student organizations passed bylaws that excluded Zionist speakers and left many Jewish students feeling unwelcome in these organizations' communities at Berkeley Law, communities in which these Jewish students would have otherwise been active members and even leaders. For many Jewish students, their Judaism is intrinsically linked to Israel and Zionism. Those students' experience quickly became tainted by discrimination and pain. Many of our community members experienced isolation, choosing not to attend social events out of concern for how they would be perceived and whether they would be welcomed. The Jewish Student Association recognized that the best thing we could do was to build a vibrant Jewish community. There's so much to celebrate about Judaism: our history, our culture, our food, our religious practices, our chutzpah, and our desire to make the world a better place. We put our efforts, thank you. Thank you. We put our efforts and continue to strive towards building a community where Jewish students can share in celebration, learning, and tradition, and when faced with adversity, stand together united as Jews. Setbacks like the ones we faced this fall don't discourage us. We're inspired by the vitality, diversity, and vibrancy of our community and the continued pride of our Jewish peers. Moreover, we're immensely grateful for the AJC and the role that every person in this room and beyond has played in uplifting the broader Jewish community. We can stand here today in large measure because of your support. Once again, thank you so much to the Greene family for this award. We are incredibly grateful and know your contribution will make impactful Jewish programming at Berkeley Law possible. And I can promise you this, we will not be intimidated, we will not be silenced, and we will not be discouraged. Thank you, AJC.